Hi SJ, I hope you are doing great and I hope you are done watching lesson number 7. Lesson number 8 is in connection with filmmaking and on how to provide criticism or on how to contextually and technically evaluate every film and documentary film. So for this video, I will be discussing number 1, various approaches and editing styles, second, concept and structure, and finally, editing choices and techniques. So let's start off with the various approaches and editing styles. Under this category, you just need to remember these three things: transition, duration, and the style. So let's start off with transition. Ever since you were in grade 11, I already made mention fade to black that whenever we edit a simple advocacy video or documentary film, we are not allowed to use a distracting transition because we would like our viewers to focus on the content and on the flow of the story. Minimum of 2 seconds, maximum of 3 seconds, but you are not allowed to go beyond 3 seconds because that will be tagged as air gap. So when we say transition, this is the time wherein we recognize the editing technique, which is your montage. So editing serves to establish space and lead the viewer to the most salient aspects of a scene. Also check if you need transition or you just need a plain cut. Second, editing techniques avoid drawing attention to themselves. This is what I'm telling you earlier, that whenever you use transition, it should not be distracting. Still under transition, on top of fade to black, we also have what we call chit cut and cross cutting or parallel editing. When we say chit cut, to show continuous timeline and space from shot to shot, this is the time wherein we already exhaust our different shots from establishing shot, wide shot, long shot, medium shot, and then you have there the close-up shot or the extreme close-up shot. Of course, if you have the close-up and extreme close-up shot, that's the time you provide transition, right? Without even using a transition. That is the strategy of chit cut. When we say cross-cutting or parallel editing, if you are familiar with 500 Days of Summer, they actually utilize this particular transition. You have there the expectation and reality. So this is the shots of 2 or more lines of action occurring in different places, usually simultaneously. So you have here one particular frame, but you have the parallel editing of the then and now, or expectations versus reality. Same with the 500 Days of Summer if you are familiar with the film. Duration. Always remember that when it comes to duration, you need to allow your viewers to be on board. You need to already establish parasocial interaction, parasocial relationship in the first 10 seconds of your frame or in your opening billboard or OBB. Rhythm is very important. It decisively contributes to its mood and overall impression of the spectator, of your viewer, most especially. Achieved through the combination of cinematography, sound, and editing. So post-production is very important because from there, you are going to collaborate the audio and the visual effects, even the sound effects or the visual effects itself, just for you to encourage those viewers to actually be on board in watching your film all throughout. Style. The pattern use of transitions, matches, and duration can be identified as a cinematic style. If you are familiar with On the Job, again, that is a very good one because it is cinematic in a way. Also, if you are not familiar with On the Job, how about By Bust? Because those are both directed and written by Derek Matty. So whenever Derek Matty create or produce film, it is in a cinematic way. It's as if you will not pay attention to the transition itself because normally they just use their cut, no transition at all, or at some point they use the chit cut, transitioning to one scene to another or from a character to another or to an event to another. Continuity editing, I hope you're already familiar with this. We have continuity editing versus compilation editing. When we say continuity editing, same character, same venue, different shots. And when we say compilation editing, same character, different venue, different shots. And when we say continuity editing, this is the transitioning of the different shots but establishing the action of the same character. Montage. Technically, we use this word whenever we are editing. In montage, you need to choose if you are going to use continuity or compilation or combination of both. Elliptical editing, shot transition that omits part of a particular event, causing an ellipse in plot and story duration. Next is the concept and structure. There are four key turning points of all successful screenplays. Number one, always check the setup. Since we already have the art department or the creative department, they are the first one who will evaluate the script or the storyboard in the actual setting or in the production stage or in the filming stage. So meaning to say, those who are part of this creative department or art department should actually conduct ocular visit. If you are familiar with Goyo, they actually created their own setup because they felt like the venue itself or the original venue itself will not suffice the mood or that particular event they would like to portray. Second is situation. You need to recall here your three sacred C's. You have there the character, the conflict, and the change. It is the opportunity wherein your character go into another location. So first, establish the character. Next is to provide a particular conflict or a climax that will trigger the story to move. The reason why there is a particular change. Either change in the character, antagonist or protagonist, change on the event, or the plot of the story. Third, complications and higher takes. This is the time wherein it already single out one of the three sacred C's, which is conflict. And number four, you need to always provide the aftermath. Aftermath is technically speaking the learning in that particular story. Editing choices and techniques. Whenever we edit a particular video, most especially in post-production, these are the things that you need to consider. First is cut tight, taking out unnecessary pauses between actors' delivery or dialogue lines. So plainly, this is the cutting of your video. No Dragnet edits. Audio and video edits tended to be made as straight cuts between the actor without overlaps as they deliver their lines. So this is the time wherein we have there the talking heads and we use medium shot as well as the collaboration of over-the-shoulder shot. When we say moving camera shots, you are not allowed to use zooming in or zooming out, but instead you use dolly in, dolly out, and other basic shots, following the sequence of it for you not to have jump shots. Cut for the eyes is divided into two. You have there the close-up shot and extreme close-up shot. This is the reaction shot that you need to convey to your viewers for you to justify the momentum of the story. Shaping story, it is said that there are three films. The one that's scripted, you will find this under pre-production provided by your scriptwriter and screenplay writer. The one that has been filmed, you will find this in production. This is provided by the director and the director of photography or cinematographer, and the one that's edited. And this is the last film or the last script that you will find under post-production provided by our master editor or editors. So that's it for lesson number 8. Feel free to ask questions in the platform that is convenient to you. For now, again, stay safe and stay sane. Thank you and goodbye.